Billy's mother was always telling him what to do and what not to do. The thing he was most forbidden from doing, the thing he was never, never allowed to do, was to venture down the garden gate and explore the world beyond. Billy heard somebody whispering in his ear. He knew exactly who it was. It was the devil. It would be easy, the devil said, to climb out of that window and explore that wonderful world of sin all by yourself. Billy dropped through the window and into the flower bed below. What he heard was a faint, wheezing, whiffling sound coming from the distance. What he saw was a red, orange, billowing smoke coming slowly in his direction. Suddenly, Billy found himself in front of a giant tree. He grabbed onto a branch and pulled himself up. All around him, tiny windows were opening up in the branches and in the trunk of the tree. Minpins, men, women, and children were peering out from the windows and climbing out towards little Billy. Their suction boots allowed them to walk straight up and straight down and even upside down. "You can't go down there," the Minpin said. "You have to stay up with us here forever. Waiting for you down there is the Gruncher, the fearsome, red-hot, smoke-belching Gruncher. And if you climb down there, he will guzzle you up in 5 seconds flat. He's eaten thousands of humans and millions of Minpins." Suddenly, thousands of birds were landing all around Billy on the branches beside him. And thousands of Minpins were climbing off the backs of these birds. The only way a Gruncher dies, they explained, is if he falls into deep water, and the water flows into his stomach, puts out the fire in his stomach, and he dies. "Listen carefully," little Billy said. "With me on his back, he must fly down to the Gruncher. The swan will keep just ahead of the Gruncher all the time, driving him crazy with my smell, and in the end, the swan will fly straight over the big, deep lake, and the Gruncher, now traveling at terrific speed, will follow right behind. Presto! He's in the lake." 2 minutes later, a swan, a gigantic, magnificent swan, landed right beside Billy. Billy climbed on and held on tight, and the swan swooped away down to the forest below. The Gruncher spotted them and let out a gigantic, red, billowing blast of steam, hot in their pursuit. The swan flew low over the forest, with the Gruncher right behind them, through the path that they had carved in their plan to go to the lake. The swan flew low over the lake, and little Billy looked behind him and spotted the Gruncher plunging into the lake, which erupted entirely into a frothing, boiling, steaming mass of water as the Gruncher drowned and died in the lake. "Minpins of the forest," cried Billy. "The Gruncher, who is responsible for millions of Minpin deaths, is dead." The forest erupted in cheers. From then on, every night Swan would land in Billy's bedroom, and Billy would put on his dressing gown, climb on Swan's back, and they would fly out over the forest, having adventures every single night. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it.